this is Georgia with Georgia's Crafty Creations, and today we're going to be making in Cricut Design Space this double Dutch fold card. I got my inspiration from Faithfully Creations on YouTube, and I could not find one that had been created in Design Space. I wanted to see if I could do it. Now the thing I did different with mine is when you open the card up, I actually added a pop-up feature here at the top with the little baby popping up. I just like pop-up cards. I think they add. Now in my file, which I'll be sharing, I did make a piece that if you don't want to do a pop-up, you can just do a solid piece here and have it like that. And for this card, the design paper that I used is from Melody Lane Designs digital paper. It is the Grace set. And I cut all my pieces from this particular sheet. I just cut it in different areas, like some with the yellows, some with the pinks and blues and purples. But I really like this paper. Another thing I used was Ken Oliver's Stick It, because especially on the words, when you're going to layer the words, I like to put the Stick It on that and then cut it out. That way it's ready to just put on there. So I'm going to get this cut out and we'll be back and show you how I put it together. Okay, so we've got all of our pieces cut, and we're going to start with our little pieces and do our layering first and then get to our card base. We have this Welcome Little Ones, and if you use the Stick It, all you have to do is pull this over, grab the paper, and take it off. And you have sticky already on the back of it, and you don't have to worry about gluing these letters down. It just takes a minute to get it off of there. There we go. And then I usually start with my top here, and I don't know if I can do this upside down, but we're going to do it sideways. That way I can see what I'm doing. I get my W started first, and then I just work it across. Got my top layer, and then the bottom layer just falls right into place usually. And see with the Stick It how quick and easy that was? So there's our piece for the front. I'm going to set that aside. And then we have our little piece for the inside, the Rockabye Baby. Same thing, I use the Stick It, you just peel it right off. And on this one, I like to line up my E first since it's sticking out there. It's just a good place to start. There we go. Once you get it started in place, you just press it down and your words are ready to go. So I'm going to set that one aside. And then we have our little baby to layer. I just did 3 layers with it. And I'm just going to use some art glitter glue to glue this together. And you don't need a lot, just enough to keep it in place. A couple dots up there around her little face, little legs. If some squishes out, you just wipe it off. It dries clear. I'm going to put that. I like putting this on the little pink layer because it just makes the baby pop out a little more. And then we're going to do the little blanket that the stork would be carrying the baby in. We'll get that put on. And I will put a link below telling the name of the cartridge the baby pieces are from because I don't remember offhand. And then what I like to do, this is like a glitter pen A blue one, I just come in and fill in the eyes to give her a little bit of eyes. And then I come in with a pink pen, and we're going to give her mouth a little bit more definition there. And her little nose. So she's all ready to go too. So we're going to set her aside. I already have my feet layered. I did that when I took it out. And we're just going to layer the little onesie piece, and then we can start assembling our card. There we go. Line that up. There we go. So now we're ready to start assembling our card, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our card base, and this is the inside, and what you're going to do, you're going to do a valley fold up here at the top. You're going to crease that really good. Actually, you only need the valley fold in the middle, not the whole card. And then you're going to do a mountain view in the center of this. Then you're going to do a valley fold right there. And you're going to do a valley fold here. And that way, when you fold it up, and I made a mistake by creasing that all the way over, but it's okay. That will be covered up, but you want to make these creases nice. And then when it opens up, it's going to pop up for you. So now we have the inside of our card. So we're going to take the base of our card, and you've got one fold right here that you're going to take, and you're going to fold that in. You're going to crease it really well. And then on these two, you're going to fold those in and give those a good crease. And then now we can go ahead and put our center piece in, which is going to go in right like this. And I'm going to just use my tape runner to put adhesive on the back. And make sure you do not put adhesive in that part that's going to fold and pop up. Now what I like to do, so it sits better, is I go ahead and fold, and I got a little bit of glue on that. See, I did exactly what I said not to do. There we go. I like to fold this in, and then I will take it, as long as I keep my fingers from sticking to it, and I will try to lay it right, kind of lay it where I want it. Which that looks fairly good, and go ahead and fold this, press it down, and then for the top, all you have to do is just open it up and press it down, and then it will fold right in, and there's your pop-up element. Now on the inside, I like a sentiment, so I went ahead and did a sentiment, and we're going to layer this right on top of there, and then I also made a piece for at the top. So we're going to get those put in. Again, I'm just going to use double-sided tape. And we'll get that one layered in. There we go. And then our top piece. Again, I'm just using double-sided adhesive. But you can use art glitter glue. You can use whatever adhesive you like the best to use. And we're going to layer this one up at the top. There we have our inside. And then we're going to put 2 little squares down at the bottom. And put this one over here. I'm not centering very well tonight. There we go. Put that one centered. And we'll get, looks like my one piece, I got a little bit too high on here. But we're going to go ahead and go with it for this video. You'll get the gist of how to put the card together, which is the main point. I was having trouble with my Cricut earlier and it wouldn't cut, and I had like 3 fold lines. I just folded it on the wrong line. But it's easily fixed when you're doing your own card. So now on the inside, or to the right, we're going to take these 2 little feet and just place them in like this. We're going to take the Rockabye Baby, and I'm just going to put a little bit of double-sided adhesive on it. And we're going to put it on this side. And then we're going to take our baby, just put a little adhesive on the bottom part of the baby down. Just put adhesive on this lower part so you don't get glue up toward the top. We're going to take our little baby and we're going to set her in there, right like that. So then when you open your card, she's going to pop up. Now I'm just going to flip the card over and we're going to put one piece at the top. So again, we're just going to use double-sided adhesive. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and fold this in because I want to make sure and get my sides lined up. So we're going to get double-sided adhesive on the pieces again. And that one looks pretty good. And then the last square on the left. Now when you close this, you want to make sure and close the top first because the little blanket kind of sticks down a little bit, and if you don't close it first, it will be caught. So we're going to put the other piece on here. And then I'm going to grab some foam dots. And on this side, we're going to put the little onesie. Actually, I'm going to grab some foam tape. Just do one piece, and I cut it too big, but that's okay. We can use one piece for the diaper. You're going to put a piece of foam tape on the back of your onesie and a little piece on the back of your diaper. Now I did make a layer for the diaper, but I kind of like it better without because it just stands out more. So we're going to put the diaper on this side. Take our little onesie and put it over here. And then we're going to take our welcome little one. We're going to go ahead and put a piece of foam tape on it. And I am going to add a couple little foam squares just in these areas where the tape would just cover up the letters. Like that. We're going to go ahead and peel off our backings. And then you can take your welcome little one, close your card up, and I like to put mine a little bit at an angle. And there is your pop-up card. Now the other thing I did do on my card, I took my Wink of Stella pen, and on the letters on the outside, I just went over them with letters with the Wink of Stella, just to give it a glittery shimmer. And you can't see it on camera probably, but it kind of takes the pink color away, but makes it glittery. So there is the final card. If you want, you could ink up the edges. You could do whatever you want. Change it up. I just wanted to get the base file. Now this makes a 5-inch square card. So the last thing I did to this was I just cut a length of ribbon. I'm going to bring that up around it. And all I did was I tied a little knot. I didn't make it a really tight knot so that it could be able to just be slipped off. But you want something on there to hold the card closed. But I just did a little knot. And then you can trim it up. And I actually didn't make mine tight enough, but you get the idea. So play around with the file. I'll share the file below. Once again, the paper is from Melody Lane Designs. It is the Grace paper set. I'll put a link to that down below. And you can join me over on Facebook at Georgia's Crafty Creations, or you can come over to Melody Lane Designs digital paper on Facebook and get inspiration for how to use digital paper. So I hope you like this. If there's any cards out there that you would like to see created in Design Space, send me a message and I'll see if I can do it. I like to find unique fold cards and put them in Design Space so you can cut it as many times as you want without having to do all the measuring. So I hope you guys like this card. Like below. And until next time, bye.